It's Cunningham with the drive. And Cunningham with the slam.
Once Cunningham has a full head of steam, there is no stopping him.
And maybe more than any team in the West, the Jazz really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now. And it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent. It's also about timing.
Here's Williamson after Mikal Bridges' bucket. And finished off by Williamson.
Unbelievable. It defies physics. How can a guy that big stay in the air that long?
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside.
Here's Brown after the basket by Onyeka Okongwu. And stolen by Hart. Collins comes over with the double team. Screen by Smith. Throws it up high. And it's Smith finishing it off.
This is the belief Smith's teammates have in him, which is why they look for him to take that shot.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
I had a chance to catch up with Darko Rajakovic. Much of our discussion centered around Cade Cunningham. He said that's their catalyst. They look to him to control the pace, to read the defense, and to make the right basketball play, which he usually does. He is very tough to neutralize. Guys, back to you.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you. Smith for three. Nailed from three-point land.
Smith with the size and lift to elevate above the crowd and knock down jumpers when he gets to his spot.
Pass to Sharp. Rebound by Smith.
Oh, just a little too cute on that one, and it cost him.
Here's Cunningham. Collins with some nice D.
Well, the defense did just enough to force that miss because he is a good finisher.
Now, here's Sharp. Shot clock at 6. The Raptors need to get a shot. Down low. Here's Williamson. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
Jazz ball. Substitution on the court.
Jazz leading by 7. There's 1:54 left in the first quarter of the game. Sanders' shot is good.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here's Brown. Drives to the hoop. Oh, he misses the dunk. Nembhard for 3. That one's in, his first shot this game.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And there's the call on Zion Williamson. That's his first foul. And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, to the paint, intercepted. Bridges outside. Looking to end the run. And Bridges jams it in.
Oh, just an impressive dunker of the basketball. I love how Bridges just takes the initiative and gets funky with his throwdown.
And he drives in. Kept the...
Unreal.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still, a magnificent move to the rim. Pass to Sanders. Johnson, wide open, he fires. Connects from three-point range.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Keldon Johnson. The Raptors shooting their first free throw. First trip to the line in this one. And that one misses.
Probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Cunningham for three. It's good on the putback.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
So far, a great game plan and great execution, but we still have a long way to go.
Got it up. Push up that time, not on target. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard.
The Jazz, 21.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Utah Jazz.
They are committed to running the floor in this one, relying on their speed to get a lot of points off the fast break.
And they've also done a really good job scoring off turnovers. Not just pressuring the ball, but cashing those in scoring opportunities.
When you think about clutch players, Greg, you think scoring. But is that accurate? Or can clutch be in any facet of the game?
It's in all phases. And you think of guys who always seem to come up with that crucial rebound or that big-time stop. Being clutch comes down to will as much as skill.
Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
3 points.
Thank you. Josh Hart is great at moving off ball, and he said, in today's league, cutting and making a layup is considered boring. Everyone wants ISO. Some of the fundamentals and beauty of the game are lost. For me, it's a feel. If you see the back of your defender's head, try to make a cut. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Allie. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rebound by Smith. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
That's the right pass to make. Beautiful job.
And last season, Vince Carter became the first player ever to have his jersey retired, Jim, by the Raptors.
So well-deserved. And look, prime Vince Carter is exactly the kind of player Toronto is still looking for. A 3-level elite scorer.
Jazz leading by 17. Here's Bridges. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. So here we are, Greg, looking at this roster of the Raptors. What is the path to contention?
Well, perhaps an opening in the East for them to make a move. Going from good to great, that's tougher and will require them to develop or acquire some superstar talent.
Here's Cunningham. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That's on Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, Cunningham felt the contact, knew he was going to get a whistle, and now he's going to the line for one more.
You know, GA, one great thing about the NBA, well, there are many things, but one great thing is that there's always new talent coming through the ranks.
Yeah, the future is bright. And Kevin, I really like this year's draft class. Man, we just continue to add exciting young talent to the mix.
Here's Brown. He can't hit that time. Jazz leading by 20. Hart outside. And too long on the shot.
He bailed out the defense because that's an easy look for him.
And they repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Pass to Hart. Cunningham for three. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
A shooter shoots, and he didn't quit. Much better performance this quarter.
That's what a star talent does. If Bridges wants to fulfill his potential, he's got to attack. Use that quick first step.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Can't get it to fall. Cunningham for 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line.
And how about that move by Sharp against the defense, getting them to put contact on him so he can draw the foul.
2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And the Jazz making a change here. And the second free throw, good. Utah leading by 18. Here's Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
Not a ball stopper on the wing. Bridges with the help.
Okongwu is now starting, Tim, and coming off the bench his first handful of seasons, I think got him ready for this role he's in right now.
He has been a good defender from day one, but his offensive game now starting to show some growth. He's stretching his shooting range, and he is showing you some growth as a playmaker as well.
Jackson misses.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Hayes down low. Here's Williamson, and he hammers that one down right in the face of Okongwu.
And when Zion turns that corner and gets it going downhill, he's just a freight train coming at you.
No one near Smith as he lets it go. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
And Greg, we know he's a fearsome dunker, but Zion Williamson also has a soft touch.
And that's a great point, Kevin. He can finish in every way, either hand, through contact, off balance, on the run. A natural gift for converting around the rim.
A different look for Utah. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Tim, one thing for sure, when Zion Williamson is right, he can carry all by himself in offense.
Well, there is no question he is an athletic freak. There is no answer for him when he is playing aggressively.
Pass to Martin. 6 to shoot. Here's Connaughton. And the Raptors miss again. Nembhard for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Nembhard's got 6. Here's Carrington. And so it's Utah finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. And we'll be back with you shortly. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Here's McClung. Pass to Hayes. Out to the right wing. And stolen by Okongwu. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. They get a hand on it. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, that'll give them something to think about.
Bridges drives in. Misses the baby hook.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball. And Bridges jams it in.
Just a high-energy player. But Bridges brings the aggression every possession.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Hey, Kevin. Raptors coach Darko Rajakovic explained what he's looking for on the offensive end. He said, quote, it's unselfishness, ball and body movement, playing together and making each other better. Also, you have to be able to adjust. Basketball is not set in stone. If it was, it would be a recipe. Kevin?
Yeah, you got to roll with the punches. Thank you, Allie. For three, Bridges. Rebounded by Jackson.
At this point, they might need to try something different. Ofer to start the half.
Fast break. Here come the Jazz. The Jazz working the ball around now. Bridges misses.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Here's Cunningham with the drive. Got a hand on it. Jackson has the open look. His three-pointer's off the mark. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. The Jazz shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Both teams making substitutions here. Jazz leading by 23. Pass to Nembhard. Good on the triple. Nembhard's got his 3rd basket of the night. So, Tim, let me put you in a different hat here. If you're running an NBA franchise, would you rather build around a guard, a wing, or a big man in today's NBA?
I think I'd go with the wing with size, a guy that can create his own offense and for which there is no great defensive matchup. Those guys, to me, are the ones that can help lead you to the promised land.
Well, that sounds like a good blueprint. The tray. The shot by Johnson, no good. Here's Sharp. Mobo with the rebound. Here's the Jazz with the ball. Next game, they'll take on the Pacers in Indianapolis at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. That will be their 2nd of this 5-game road trip. Here's Brown. Diving in. And he can't jam it through. Here's Nembhard. He's got 12. Pass to Mobo. Back to Nembhard. Shoots over Toppin. A shot by Nembhard, no good.
Well, he got the shot he loves, and the defense should honestly be relieved. He didn't punish them for being a little bit soft there in the mid-range.
Here's the 3. Toppin pulls it in. They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Back to Sanders. 3-pointer. Toppin pulls it in.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Brown outside. Here's Martin. No good on the strong take.
Wow, that's embarrassing. Come on, just put the ball in the hole.
There's 45 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Brown. And then Brown with the dunk.
Give it up to Brown. He's so dangerous off the bounce.
The shot by Nembhard and nobody around. Off target with his 3.
No doubt he's struggling right now.
Down hard.
Watch out below.
Woo.
A supremely athletic player. Brown really stuck it to them there.
On the wing, Johnson. Stolen by Martin.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
You're going to have to be very patient right here. Let's see how it plays out.
Another shot. It's Nembhard on the wing. That will count. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Utah riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break.
The Jazz, 51.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Cunningham drives in for three. Smith sinks the triple.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And the Raptors call time here.
Let's see what you
And so it's Williamson with it. He brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. And there's the drive. Out to Bridges. Williamson. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty. Launches a three. Out to Bridges. No good on the triple.
And they're winning this game despite his difficulties at the offensive end.
And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. Now, here's Cunningham. Out to Bridges. Misses the three.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack. And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Pass to Hart. And stolen by Williamson. Utah with the rebound. Smith, left side. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. And Okongwu slams it in.
Well, this is a good reminder for anybody who thinks he's too small for a 5. His athletic ability totally levels the playing field.
Took him no time at all on that one. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers with the hustle stats for Utah.
I like their defense today, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
And the relentless pace has really taken a toll on the opposition.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And they just keep building out this lead. With each made basket, their confidence increases.
Cunningham for three. And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Smith feeling it out a bit. Sims with the rebound. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And Bridges jams it in.
He's just rising up with purpose. Allow Bridges to get this kind of positioning. He is going to hammer it home. Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he can taste a win right now. He's just trying to close it out.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, they certainly have the shooters to do it. It's just about finding that rhythm.
Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
What a great sequence. You've got to love the effort. That's big time.
And as we head to the final buzzer here. A crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. And this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Utah.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Onyeka Okongwu.
And the way he rebounded, he surely was a spark for the team as he was securing everything that came off the iron.
Oh, and the jam by Sharp.
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever, able to do things most others can't. Making every effort to put this game on ice.
And this run should seal this win. What a timely burst.
Jackson from long range. Good D by Sanders. So it's the Jazz now. Nembhard inside the three-point line. And again, it's Utah.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
It is never easy to win on the road, but they rose to the challenge.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. Pass to Toppin. There's the drive. And Toppin throws it down.
Yeah, everybody will remember the bucket, but how about that pass to set it up? Beautiful look right there. Led his man perfectly.
Shot on the wing. Misses there. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fan... Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Tim Legler, along with our reporter, Allie LaForce. It's all about the Eastern Conference. That's where the action is today as the... Atlanta Hawks get ready to battle. This game against Toronto here, it's their first look at the Raptors. Guys, they came out on top of the season series matchup a season ago, taking 2 of the 3 away from them.
Yeah, and they took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
3 on the clock. Sharp. And Bridges able to finish.
You just can't teach that size. Bridges has the wingspan, those broad shoulders, just a tremendous rebounder for a wing.
Pass to Sharp. Drives to the hoop. Atlanta with the rebound. Greg Anthony Edwards is full of confidence. It is beautiful to watch.
And rightfully so. And can do it all on the floor. As complete of a wing as you'll find in our league.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Well, I did have a chance to talk with head coach Quinn Snyder. We briefly talked about Jaylen Brown and what kind of defensive mindset you have to have against him. And he said, we have to be willing to work just as hard as he is. We have to fight through every single screen, talk to one another, and contest every shot we can. Sounds like it'll be an all-out effort against Brown here in this one. Back to you.
Thank you once again, Allie.
And what a strong finish from Banchero. His guys love when he throws it down.
And finished off by Edwards.
And what a creative finisher. Edwards is so fast in how he gets up to throw it down.
Here's Brown. It's rebounded by Kuminga. Here's Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Takes it inside. Oh, what a jam! Simon!
Wow, look at Simons right there. Look at that quickness with the ball in his hands.
And he can't jam it through.
You know, you'd love to see him pull that off, but instead he goes from highlight reel to the bloopers. Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, they have just found the better looks, and they are capitalizing.
Brown, no good.
Well, the defense was solid right there, but that's just a missed opportunity at the rim.
Bridges outside. Back to Brown. And then jammed down as he goes right over Anthony Edwards.
A supremely athletic player. Brown really stuck it through the net.
And there's a whistle. It goes on Shaedon Sharp. That's his first foul. Pass to Gobert. Nice move. Second chance shot. He takes it up and lays it in.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Williamson. It's hauled in by Edwards. The Hawks leading by 8. Kicks it out to Banchero. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And you watch Paolo Banchero. GA offensively, he is a load to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, he can cross you up, hit you with the spin move, score. Over either shoulder, this young man is a force. And the biggest reason Banchero went first overall, Powell brings your playmaking ability at 6'10". He's got a very rare skill set for that size.
Atlanta shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
And last season, Vince Carter became the first player ever to have his jersey retired, Tim, by the Raptors.
so well deserved. And look, Prime Vince Carter is exactly the kind of player Toronto is still looking for. A 3-level elite scorer.
And Sexton slams it in.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Well, the score reflects it. They've just been the better team all the way around. Yeah, if you get that close to the rim, you have to capitalize. Tough to see him come up short there.
Outside, Green. Screen by Capella. Green try. Oh, and the buzzer beat is good.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Takes an incredible amount of focus and concentration. That's making the most of the possession.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a very convincing performance here from the Hawks so far.
On the attack, right from the tip, they've been relentless offensively.
Well, they haven't been challenged so far. Everything they're doing seems to be working.
It's stolen by Green. And Green skims it in.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
All it takes is a half second of carelessness, and someone will be rocking the rim going the other way.
That's just all Zion. Once he gets that close, he's zoned in on capitalizing no matter what.
Pass to Martin. And legs from going undrafted to becoming a three-point contest champion. Whoa! What a play!
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. Up and in on the layup. Koulibaly's got his second basket.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The Hawks leading by 16. Over in the corner, Green. Back to Koulibaly. Pass to Matkovic. Shot clock at 6. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Hawks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. In GA, the Hawks going young, trying to build a sustainable model for success.
Yeah, most of their starters not yet scratching their prime, so there's going to be some growing pains, but they're showing plenty of promise.
And Zion Williamson making the price of admission worth it with a dunk like that.
Raptors trail by 15. Pass to Hayes. Rebounded by Capella. And it's the Hawks ball. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Williamson with it, and guarded by Capella. Right side, Martin. It's rebounded by Koulibaly.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And it's Capella missing. And so here's Toronto. 15-point game. And finished off by Williamson.
What a dunk artist this guy is. Whenever Williamson takes flight, you're just expecting to see something special.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, Zion Williamson is a force offensively, but now he's applying his physical gifts to the other end of the court. He said, quote, teams were hunting me on defense. Watching the film, I didn't like that. I just started taking a lot more pride in it, working on it so I can hold my own. Back to you guys.
Locking in. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report. Good.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
It's good. Matkovic has got 5 points so far.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, the way this game is going, I'm actually not surprised it was that easy for him.
The shot by Sexton, no good. Here's Jackson. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. The Hawks lead by 15. Koulibaly up again. Outside for Sexton. From outside the arc. They get it again. Koulibaly. And there is a whistle, and that's going to go on Jackson Hayes. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Substitution on the court.
There's 38 seconds left to play here in the half. Stolen by Collins. It's stolen by Capella. And the turnover again by Atlanta. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Toronto. Down by 15. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
A fearless athlete. Jaylen Brown competes every single night on both sides of the ball. Something you want as a teammate.
And the Hawks with possession here. Here's Edwards. Bridges with the board. Here's Collins. And there's the drive. Oh, and he misses the dunk. Pass to Gobert. Can't hit from in close. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks sitting with the comfortable lead up by 14. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Back right after this. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Trailed by 14. And Tim, of the teams that were not in the playoffs or even in the play-in last season, you can make a case the Raptors among many teams that have a lot of potential to get there this year.
Yeah, I agree, and you could also put the Spurs in that conversation too. But if you're just looking at the East, the Raptors could easily climb back into relevance as their young talent develops.
Hits the three-point bomb.
He's got a nice fluid motion on his long-range shots. I think Banchero will be a consistent three-point shooter at the NBA level.
Here's Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
Well, for what he lacks in height, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
And there's a whistle. It goes on Shaedon Sharpe. That's foul number 2 for him.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
The Hawks leading by 17. Here's Simons. It's hauled in by Brown.
Just a little too cute on that one, and it cost him.
Good on the shot.
Assisted by.
Not only a jump shooter, but he's also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
And slam dunk by Gobert.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher.
That brings them to 3 for 4, and the game plan seems to be working here early.
Here's Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
And how about right at the rim.
Here's Bridges. Rebound by the Hawks.
What a contest. That looked like a guaranteed bucket.
And it's Simons missing.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
There is no doubt about it. They'd love to have that one back.
Pass to Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
Yeah, Kuminga will look for any opportunity to throw it down.
Former dunk contest champion Anthony Simons. Greg, also a threat from deep.
Yeah, over half his shots coming from long range. I mean, he's not exactly a point guard or a lockdown defender, but when you need a bucket, that he can provide.
Kuminga with a wide open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here's Williamson. Oh, he misses the dunk. The Hawks leading by 17. Kuminga goes in. Here's Gobert. Outside Kuminga. The shot will not fall.
That was a breakdown. Defensively, but he couldn't take advantage.
Hey, Tim, if you could start a franchise with one player not named Wembanyama, who would you select?
I think I'd go with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now. When you look at his age, combined with the fact that I believe he is the single toughest individual cover in the NBA, he can just collapse defenses at will.
That is so well said. Would you pick a position or the player? How would you discern between those two thoughts?
I think the key for me is I want to take a guy who's going to make the decisions for me with the basketball in his hands. When you have a ball-dominant league with stars controlling the action, I want that one guy who I know I can pencil in high-level production every night. And there's an assist for Zion. And don't forget, Point Zion has become a real thing. Williamson can make good decisions with the basketball.
And the Raptors with some changes. And last season, Tim, Paul Millsap retired. He was an all-star in each of his 4 years in Atlanta.
Well, he helped guide the Hawks to the Eastern Conference Finals back in 2015. That team overachieved through chemistry, and this group hopes to do the same thing.
Knocked away. Now the Raptors moving it up. Here's Carrington. And that one hits back iron.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
And then the young fella busts out the slick move inside to get open for the jam.
Greg, that was sick and slick. The D had no chance. Back to Carrington. Here's Connaughton. It's rebounded by Coulibaly. The Hawks leading by 15. And he slams it one-handed.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Count that bucket.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
And so it's Atlanta. Their lead at 15 going into the break. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, guys, I got a chance to hear what Darko Rajakovic said to the team. He told them, quote, if we'd worked harder on the glass, we'd probably be up right now. Show some heart. Show some pride. It was a very direct message. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thank you. When it comes to Jaylen Brown, Greg, what qualities does he add to a team?
Well, I love how active and physical he is. He poses such a difficult challenge on both sides of the ball. With a Finals MVP award to his credit, you know he's as mentally tough as anyone in our league.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass. They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead. He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Here's Collins. Makes it off the glass.
Becoming a true force on the offensive glass. Love how hard Collins goes after those second chance opportunities. And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Pass to Brown. Rebound by the Hawks. To the paint. Here's Simons. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. 8 points for Anthony Simons. Sharp. Anthony Edwards with the rebound.
Well, unfortunately, his poor shooting is not helping their case here.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
11 feet away. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks.
Well, that is the definition of an unforced error. Very unfortunate. And the coach is going to have something to say about that.
Atlanta leading by 20. Misses off the inbound.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. Got to be a little embarrassed by that one.
And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away. And the Raptors with some changes. Quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And with 4 fouls now, he has to be very careful.
Jackson looking around. The three-pointer no good. Atlanta leading by 20. To the inside. It's stolen. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. It's stolen by Kuminga. Here's Simon. Oh, what a jam! Simon!
And this is his primary role out here. Score the basketball. And if he gets hot, it's almost impossible to stop.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop break. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss. Third minute of action now gone here in the 4th. And the call will be against Anthony Simons. That's his first foul. Atlanta on D. They have a 22-point lead. It's the most they've led by. Tim, you know, you've played it for so long. The intensity of competition can lead to some communication, even between those on the same team.
Oh, Kevin, believe me, in the 10 years I played in the league, you often see that between teammates because you have highly competitive individuals who aren't always going to see eye to eye.
But don't you think that's good, though, that competitive tension that may exist within a team?
It creates an edge, Kevin, that you need to win in this league.
Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. And the slam dunk by Simon.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
Well, you have to love the execution, and you have to love the relentlessness.
There's Kuminga. So, Tim, when you played, you were one of the league's best sharpshooters. Did you ever look around and pick things up off of other guys you watch shoot the ball well?
No question. In fact, I learned a lot about how to move off the ball by watching other guys as I made my way through college and eventually became a pro. And even when I was in the league, I would study other players to pick up things on their footwork and how to get my release a little bit quicker.
Give me one player that you really studied on.
Well, no question, Del Curry was a guy I watched because he needed very little time to get that shot off coming off of his screen. And unfortunately, several times I got there late against him and learned my lesson.
It's good.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Hawks.
As one-sided as it gets today, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Anthony Simon.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel. Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you can see the killer instinct take over.
They are playing with so much confidence. They've been clutch all the way around.
And a savvy move there by Brown to draw the contact.
And the second free throw, good. And a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert is improving his perimeter defense as well. It's helped his overall game.
Yeah, teams have looked to pull him outside and test his lateral quickness. But I tell you, he holds up better than you think, and we know his presence at the rim. This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
What a great performance. They have given the fans their money's worth.
Shot by Collins, no good. Here's the floater. It's deflected. It's stolen by Kuminga. And so it's the Hawks taking care of this.
Happy to have you with us for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, and the 4th member of our crew, reporter Allie LaForce. And the bucket is good. You look at this on paper, and it feels like one-way traffic, Doris. Could this be a trap game?
It sort of has that feeling, PA. A big underdog going against the big-time favorite. But here's why we play the game. Any given night in this league, anything can happen.
Now here's Sharp. Here he goes. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for two. That one on Kessler. As Shaedon Sharp continues to develop, he's proven that he's more than just a high flyer, Grant.
Yeah, we've seen the vicious dunks, but he's also got a pretty good touch as well. The upside potential for him is sky high.
Here's Morant. And stolen by Bridges. Here's Brown. And the jam by Brown.
This guy's so dangerous on the drive, and if Brown has an opportunity to finish strong, there's going to be no doubt.
And it's Morant off the drive. And then Morant with the jam.
Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
Some nice passing by Indiana here. Three-pointer, no good. Here comes Toronto on the push.
That's an athletic play by Sharp, putting in the sweat to beat the other guys back on the fast break.
And then Morant with the jam.
Just rising up to the rim.
Man, when he gets up there, he gets up there. You know what I'm saying? A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
I had a chance to catch up with Darko Rajakovic. We discussed Evan Mobley and how he wanted to defend him coming into this matchup. He said, quote, to make him settle for jumpers, we don't want him getting easy buckets or deep inside positioning. That's when you get into trouble. We'll see how good the resilience is against him tonight. Back to you guys.
Ali, thank you. Mobley grabs the board. Here's Holland. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work. Oh, an easy look, but he decides to be a crowd pleaser. I'm sure he's upset for attempting that one.
And while the Raptors are rebuilding, they're not bottoming out like some teams out there, Grant.
Yeah, they have some pieces. I mean, some young guys who can really play. And with the lottery odds flattened out in the play-in tournament, that middle road is more agreeable than in years past.
He might be forcing things a little bit right now. Credit to defense for how they're playing him.
And they're building on their lead, doing whatever they can to blow this game off.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
Now here's Morant. He has 6.
And early on, they've been on a tear, just getting whatever they want offensively.
Well, what I love is the game plan is really solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Pass to Holland. Fires for 3. Rebound, Toronto. Down low. Here's Collins. And Collins with the slam.
John Collins has tremendous vertical showing off right there.
All alone. Oh, he missed that one. 1 for 3 in this one so far. Sharp. Holland with a rebound.
His struggles this quarter are self-evident, and the team just continues to suffer for it.
Toppin with a steal. Brown with it. Now Alexander Walker defending. Pass to Bridges. Kessler with the block.
Boy, there is a reason this guy has led the league in blocks. Walker Kessler sent it back.
There's 38 seconds left now in the first quarter.
Wow, facing a huge size disadvantage. He goes fearless to the rack. Great athleticism and body control.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
First personal foul. Substitution on the court.
29 seconds left in the opening quarter. Misses off the inbound. Indiana leading by 6. Here's Pirtle. Banked it in off the glass.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
And Reed pulls it down.
Oh, boy, he attacks, but how about that rim protection? That is so good.
And it's Martin with the rebound. He can't hit that time. Ja Morant, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Pacers. 8 point.
Indiana 20.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
They've done a great job facilitating shooters. Their early game has seen a lot of hot passes. Has kept the defense guessing as well.
They've also done a great job finding openings and exploiting them. Take those lanes when they're given and turn them into points.
Here's Williamson. Pass to Hayes. Pacers with a rebound.
If they just continue to dominate the boards.
Here's Demon. Outside Murray. From deep. Out of bounds. It'll be Toronto's ball. And so here is Toronto. 8-point game. When this one's over, they'll be off to Charlotte as they take on the Hornets. That'll be the first leg of just a 2-game trip for them. Well, Grant, how do you slow down Zion Williamson?
Oh, glad I didn't have to, B.A. Obviously, you've got to play him for the drive and keep him in front of you. And when he gets anywhere near the paint, you have to bring the help.
McBride can't get it to go.
Boy, normally he makes that. Defense gets lucky there.
And that one's good. Pacers leading by 4. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Raptors head coach Darko Rajakovic wants his team to be very competitive on the defensive end. He said, quote, covering for each other, protecting the paint, taking away corner threes, and making a team effort. Everybody's got to chip in. Back to you, Brian.
All for one. Allie, thanks for the report. And it gets that one.
One thing you know about Jakob Poeltl, this guy never stops working. What a motor.
The drive by Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is.
Boy, it looked like the D was going to get to that shot, but what a job he did to change his release and get the lay-in.
It's rebounded by McBride.
I'll tell you what, they've been aggressive and they've been physical.
To the wing on the left. Pass to Dimon. Picked by Reed. Goes up from the top of the key. They kick it out to Murray. Pirtle. Great positioning on the putback.
Their intensity has only picked up this quarter, even while holding the lead.
Williamson misses.
Got the ball where he wanted it, but then got swarmed.
And it's Murray off the drive.
And watch out when Murray puts his foot in the ground. Don't want to be in his way at all.
Nifty move. Again, the miss by Murray.
Oh, rising up from the mid-range, but doesn't exactly look confident about it.
And for head coach Rick Carlisle, this is the 3rd stint with the Indiana Pacers.
He begins as an assistant coach with them back in 1997, leaves the organization, but returns as the head coach in 2003, leaves after 2007, and then back in 2021, and now, of course, the winningest coach in franchise history.
Back to McBride. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Can't hit that one. Raptors trail by 8. A minute 53 left to play in the first half of basketball. Pass to Dimon. And it's blocked by Collins.
Collins with the denial. How about that rim protection?
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
There's the drive.
B.A., forget about attempting a long-range three to cut into that lead. Just attack the rim, my man.
Man, that was sweet.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Here's Brown. And so the ball out of bounds. Brown touched the glass.
Substitution on the court.
Indiana leading by 8. Here's Morant. Pass to Kessler. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Outside, Brown. Mobley with the block.
Boy, the reach. Mobley is so tough defensively.
Substitution on the court.
Indiana on offense. Next matchup, they'll be at home against the Wizards. That game marks the start of a 4-game homestand for the club.
And I just love how he's making the effort plays that everyone around him appreciates.
It is certainly making an impact tonight.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
And yep, it's good.
Morant not afraid to get in there and play big, showing his toughness in close. Any possession that ends with him finishing at the rim is ideal. He didn't have his feet planted.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Pass to Kessler. Now here's Alexander Walker. Baseline jumper. Not going to go that time. Here's Connaughton. Oh, and the buzzer beater is good.
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming through.
And to me, the way you end quarters impacts how you end the game. It can go a long way between a W or an L.
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. All right, Doris, when you're talking about the type of player who comes off the bench, what kind of player do you like best in that six-man role?
I mean, for me personally, I love guys who can keep pressure on the defense with their scoring ability. Somebody who can shoot with range or put it on the deck, because then your offense doesn't take a step back.
Mobley with it, picked up by Collins. Back to Morant. Let's go with a three. Gets the three to fall. Morant's got 13.
Once Ja Morant gets rolling, there is no stopping him. Ja is feeling it tonight. And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Mobley, no good. Raptors trail by 11. Sharp goes in. Offensive board.
Guys, what we've come to learn about Miles Bridges is this guy is a force on the offensive end. Whether he's inside or outside, you know he's going to be aggressive, trying to put the ball in the basket.
And he makes the first. You know, Grant, with Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam, and OG Anunoby all winning on new teams, you wonder, did the Raptors have to blow it up?
You know, B.A., it's a fair question, but Toronto's front office saw a ceiling. So the question is, can they do better with this rebuild? And it remains to be seen.
And out of bounds, the Pacers will take it.
Yeah, not a smart move on that pass. Hopefully he'll learn from that.
Indiana leading by 9. Pass to Alexander Walker. Good, and the setup by Morant. Alexander Walker's got his second basket.
Among the best passers in the league, Morant finds open teammates.
Here's Sharp into the lane. Ooh, he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. And the Pacers are aptly named, Doris. They are looking to get out and run.
Oh, PA, this is a fun basketball style to watch. Very up-tempo, pass first, a lot of ball movement, a lot of player movement. They have the depth to wear out their opponent. And if you listen to the guys who play against them, what they admire most is their consistent commitment to this identity. They are locked in on who they are and how they win.
Back to Brown. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Collins. He's off on that one.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
They get the rebound. Pass to Alexander Walker. Launches it. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Pacers lead by 15.
You simply have got to box out Walker Kessler. This guy gets a lot of his offense from second chance opportunities.
Indiana leading by 15. And Miles Bridges is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half.
Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it. There's Jackson with the three. And the three-pointer goes. Jackson's got his second bucket on the night.
For a guy who's known for his perimeter shooting, that is a great look.
Yep, that one goes.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work. Trying to show off for the fans and give them their money's worth, just couldn't finish.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Zion Williamson is one of the most gifted athletes this game has ever seen, but now he's taken his commitment to conditioning to another level. He said, I definitely see the difference. I'm feeling like I don't exert as much energy to get to a certain speed. My movements are swifter. Back to you guys.
A scary thought. Okay, thanks for the report, Allie. Morant with it. Martin picks him up. Morant, no good. Raptors trail by 16. Back to Jackson. The three. Mobley grabs the board. And here's Indiana now. Here's Holland. Offensive rebound. Here's Morant. Rebound Toronto. 55 seconds left in the third. Here's Martin. Driving in.
You know, one thing that has stood out tonight is his scoring. You know, he's kept attacking even when they've been trailing.
Hit his leg. And the ref saying he kicked it. They kick it out to Murray. Out of bounds. It'll be Raptors ball.
Raptors ball.
43 seconds left in the third. Driving inside. McClung. Here's Sims. Ooh, tough possession there. They stayed with it. Just couldn't make the shot. Pass to Reed. Here's Dimon. From the high post. There's the steal. Here's Connaughton. Here's Sims. Nails the baby hook.
Oh, beating everyone to the ball. Great activity on the offensive glass.
1 second left. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's the Indiana Pacers going into the break up 12. A big difference in shooting percentages. And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. the sideline. Let's catch up with Allie.
Over that last break, guys, I got a chance to hear what Darko Rajakovic said to the team. Point blank, he wants better shot selection. He told them, we're settling, guys. Come on. We're not being patient out there. We're not working the ball around. That has to change right now.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
Boy, maybe nothing more important than what just happened. Protecting the rim without fouling.
And when it comes to the three, they've been really dialed in here in the second half.
Here's Jackson. The rebound by Dimon. Indiana leading by 18. Pass to Reed. Here's Dimon. Comes up empty from 19 feet out.
I'll tell you, he has not been at his best, but they're winning, and that's all that matters.
Here's McBride. A few possessions into the fourth. Just over a minute played. Toronto grabs the miss.
I'll tell you, his shot has not been there, but I like the fight he's showing.
Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. The three ball. The rebound by Sims. Raptors trail by 18. So it'll be... free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Indiana?
They've been all about high percentage looks in this game, working the ball inside and doing whatever it takes to get it to go.
Well, I also noticed, guys, how much they move the ball in this one. Selfless, willing to pass the ball to a teammate with a better look.
And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Here's what... Hammers it home!
So nice! Zion! And that's what we've come to expect from Zion. Exactly.
And they recover it.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the Rock inside and convert.
Pirtle in the post.
Well, terrific use of the pump fake by Pirtle. He gets his man in the air, draws the contact. That move is just so effective.
And so... Pirtle nails both of them. Raptors trail by 18. And an intentional foul right there.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Second team foul.
It's off his foot. It's being called a kicked ball. And Grant, many of the newer rules have helped unlock offenses. Any need to help out the defense?
You know, I think the rules are fine, B.A. It's just about allowing defenders to do their job and limiting the cheap foul calls so they can stay on the floor.
And Grant, while most didn't expect it, last season the Pacers made the second NBA Finals appearance in their franchise's history.
Yeah, B.A., there's so much belief right now in that locker room. They never feel like they're out of a game, and that makes them dangerous.
Such a disruptive defender, Kessler, one of the best shot blockers this league has to offer.
From downtown. Tipped away.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
He launches. Oh, it's off target. Raptors trail by 15. And Jackson, here we go. Oh, he can't get the layup. Left side, Alexander Walker. Here's Kessler. On the wing, Alexander Walker. Shot clock at 5.
And they were really able to find the mismatches they wanted and exploit those all night. Great execution from the players and coaching staff for the Pacers.
Well, Grant, I don't know if there was one deciding factor in this game, but I'd say shooting accuracy if I had to choose.
Agreed, B.A. They really went after quality looks and shot the ball with confidence.
And they'll chalk this up as their third win of the year.
Yeah, this is far from the last word in the season series. Still 3 more meetings between them and plenty of motivation to square things up.
And what a huge performance it was for Ja Morant.
So highly effective on the offensive end. At times, this guy just scoring at will.
Count it.
What a performance tonight. Getting a win like this on the road is such a boost.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
Pass to Alexander Walker. He drops it from range.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
So strong inside. Zion fighting through it all.
And Mobley gets it to go.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
For Toronto, Zion Williamson.
That one's no good. And here's Mobley. The rebound by Bridges. And he commits the intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And he can't get the first one.
At the line for Toronto, John.
And he sinks the second. Left side, Morant. Gets the bucket.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've
And out here getting loose, guys going through some drills. We're almost at game time, folks. Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Kevin Harlan here alongside Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And our reporter tonight on the sideline is Allie LaForce. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Down on the block, it's Tatum with Keita. The guard pair, it's White and Brown. And it's Hauser in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Bucks, Turner at center with Antetokounmpo next to him. Porter is out there with Rollins. And it's Jang in at the 3. So, Richard, one of the focuses of tonight's game was strength in the front court.
Yeah, these teams lean on their bigs heavily. Skill and size, it is always a tough combination, and that is no doubt.
It'll be the Celtics off the tip. And here is Brown. It's White on the wing. From outside, off the mark.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Pass to Rollins. Five on the clock. Antetokounmpo. That's a two-pointer, and he hits the jump shot.
And when Giannis is sinking that shot, he is impossible to guard.
And if you look at what he's done over the last few years, Greg, is Giannis still getting better?
The numbers say yes. Field goal percentage, points per game. He's still a double-digit rebounder, an all-time great, breaking new ground.
Here's Rollins. Lets it go from deep. He doesn't hit that one. Pass to Tatum. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Here's Antetokounmpo. Doesn't get it to drop for him. For Boston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Outside, White. Here's the 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for Milwaukee. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Jaylen Brown is rounding out his game in all facets. He said, I've definitely worked on my playmaking, just being able to see the floor, making great reads, creating for my teammates, and putting pressure on the defense. Back to you.
Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks. Now, here's Brown. White setting the pick for Brown. Brown jams it in.
Was it just me, or was there a little bit extra on that slam by Brown?
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Outside, Porter. Back to Giannis. Giannis is double. Beyond the arc. And the Bucks miss again. For Boston, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Count it.
And that's probably his most dangerous weapon. Tatum just has a smooth jumper.
Giannis against Tatum. Antetokounmpo inside. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Boston on top, up 4. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
You got to credit their defense. Communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
It's been a group effort, and that's what it takes to play the kind of defense that they've played. Great showing from them.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. They've got Jason Tatum. Vucevic is out there with Peyton Pritchard. And it's Shireman in a 2-guard. Bucks trail by 4. Kuzma passes to Green. Here's Portis. Trent outside. Portis the screen. Trent kicks to Portis. Pocket 2. Oh, good with the triple.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
The Celtics have been a title contender for years now. So, RJ, what do you attribute that to?
Well, their talent level has been off the charts. But something else you can point to is their defense. The Celtics have been an elite defensive team for over a decade.
And yes, it's good. Portis has got his first 2 points.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got to be thinking jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Turner's checked in for Portis. Giannis comes in for Nance. Jang, he's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. And Rollins subbed in for Trent. .141 left in the first half. Outside Tatum. I'm told now by our producer, do we have him, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Well, guys, a lot of excitement about this upcoming 2026 draft class, but quietly, some scouts voicing early concern about the quality of prospects in the class of 27. Now, there's still time for players to emerge, but expect this to impact the way teams value those picks.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. Shams, thank you very much for the report. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thanks, Kevin. The Celtics understand that they'll be tested. Jaylen Brown said growth is a journey with ups and downs. You have to stay with it. You can't complain. Don't let it break your spirit. We've just got to keep building the right habits, keep being versatile, and keep learning from these experiences. Back over to you, Kevin.
Always looking to get better. Thank you, Allie.
Well, there's so little ego in Giannis's game. It's not about him out there. He wants to make the game easier for his teammates.
Great job by Tatum in close.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Outside, Green. And the 3 off target. Down low. Here's Tatum. Inside, Tatum finds the deuce.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And so it's the Boston Celtics bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. Now we've got a moment now. Let's go courtside to Allie LaForce. Allie.
Thanks. I'm here with Doc Rivers and Coach. I know you cannot be happy with this team's play in the first half. What will you tell them they need to improve on?
The score and our effort, our offense. They're just playing harder. They're more physical. They're tougher. Honestly, we're very lucky right now.
Lots to improve on in the second half. Thanks, Coach.
Allie, thank you for that interview. And now we're at halftime. And we'll be back to bring you more basketball after this. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum getting it done today.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Bucks trail by 7. Turner at center with Antetokounmpo next to him. Rollins is out there with Kevin Porter. And it's Jang in at the small forward. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. Shots good by Turner.
And not a regular spot for Turner, but he shot with confidence, and that's what matters.
Pass to Hauser. And here is Tatum. Let's go. And again, it's Boston converting.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Giannis outside. Back to Porter. The 3. Rebound Boston. Keita's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Brown the pass to Keita. Here's White. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. When you think about Derek White, here's a guy, RJ, who's really grown as a player in all ways.
Yeah, Derek makes smart plays. He's had that experience to see what works and what doesn't. And most often, he makes the necessary plays to put his team in a winning situation.
Here's Hauser after the basket by Milwaukee. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Bobby Portis is checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And a change for the Celtics. Vucevic is checked in. Boston leading by 5. White with it. No scoring in this one. Vucevic dishes to Tatum. Boston again missing. Bucks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Pass to Porter. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Portis kicks to Porter. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Here's White. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists now in this one.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
And timeout called by Doc Rivers. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. And some changes here for the Bucks. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Miles Turner. A.J. Green comes in for Jang. And Trent subbed in for Rollins. Here's Porter. Still scoreless. Pass to Kuzma. Five to shoot. The shot. And the Bucks miss again.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
Now Pritchard. To the wing right side. There's the three. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Boston in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we'll be back with you shortly. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
And for the defense, it's so tough to guard a big man with that kind of court vision and dime-dropping ability.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the floor for Boston. Down on the block, it's Tatum with Queta. The guard pair, it's White and Brown. And it's Hauser in at the small forward position. That one goes in.
See, this is what Tatum is capable of. Look, he is a sensational scorer. We understand that. But when he gets into a rhythm... Whew.
Now here's Giannis. And the layup is off.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
And his athleticism comes through in all kinds of ways. You've got to be nimble to make moves like Giannis.
The three doesn't go.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
And stolen by Tatum. Beyond the arc. Tatum from 3.
Well, Tatum is the obvious option for the catch and shoot. He's such an efficient scorer.
Chang inside. Hauser defending. He gets it to go.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
White got it to go off the glass. And that one really took the air out of this crowd.
Ooh, just like that. I mean, you could hear a pin drop in here.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Giannis driving to the rim. Now Porter. No good from 3.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Celtics.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Jason Tatum.
And let's just say this, the name of the game is scoring, and yes, he provided that tonight. You're welcome.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Onto the Kumbo. Oh, wow!
That is powerful.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. With Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, and along with Allie LaForce on the sideline, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching tonight's NBA coverage. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Jason Tatum.
And a peek into the locker room. Players soaking in the last few moments before the game. Some final preparations here. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. I'm Brian Anderson, and with me tonight, Grant Hill and Tim Legler. And down on the sidelines is Allie LaForce. Now let's take a look at Phoenix's opening lineup. Brook and Williams are the 4 and the 5. Then there's Devin Booker. Then it's Green. And it's Gillespie in at the point guard position. And for the Pelicans, Jones at small forward with Zion holding down the 4. Murray out there with Trey Murphy. And it's Jordan in at the center position. Well, two of the best guards in the league going at it today, Grant. Is there a bit of bragging rights on the line?
You know, maybe not for the players themselves, B.A., but the fans will absolutely use this game as evidence when they argue why their guy is the best.
Now here's Murray. Back to Jones. 5 to shoot. No good from outside. Outside Booker. And Williams punches it home.
And that's exactly the type of pass we expect from a guy with his vision.
All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Well, guys, nobody is quite sure just how the partnership of Devin Booker and Jalen Green will play out in the desert. They were just one of 3 backcourts to average 20 points per game each last season. But with so many overlapping qualities, it's not the most obvious fit. But many in the league feel that Green could mold himself actually after Booker, and that gives the Suns another potential offensive focal point. Everyone around the league is curious to see how they'll make this work, guys.
A dangerous duo. All right, Shams, thanks very much. 1:57 left in the first quarter. Murray passes to Jordan. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist.
They really rely on Murray as a shot creator. He makes a conscious effort to keep everyone involved.
Pass to Williams. And here's Booker. Williams with the screen. And it's Devin Booker with the 3.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Now here's Williamson. Just 5 on the clock. Outside Jones. 3-pointer. They grab their own miss. Oh, the dunk by Williamson.
And what hustle from Zion right there. Just outworking everyone on the offensive boards.
Williams a screen on Jones. Green for 3. Here's Williams. And he banks in the layup.
Everybody appreciates that extra effort on the glass.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Pass to Jordan. To the inside. Here's Williamson. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
You know, coach gets mad when Williamson gets hit and there's no whistle, and it happens a lot.
Gillespie passes to Williams. Here's Brooks. Back to Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Whenever he gets that close to the hoop, he finishes with authority.
Murray looking around. Beyond the arc. The shot misses. Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Suns ahead. They're up by 3. And we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second quarter. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And for Phoenix, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
Yeah, the energy was there. The communication was there. I think they can build on this going forward.
Jordan Poole out there with Fears. Then it's Yves Misi. Then there's Sadiq Bey. And it's Queen in at the 4-man position. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. Here's Fears. And he misses his first shot of the game. And in the draft lottery, the Pelicans falling 4 spots, Tim. The 3rd worst record last season, but earning the number 7 pick.
Well, B.A., they have had a streak of bad luck when you really think about it. They're looking to rise above those setbacks and finally deliver on their potential. Great at jumping into action on these plays, saving that possession for his team.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Queen misses. The Suns lead by 5. Here's Goodwin. Yet to see a basket. Allen outside. Pass to Goodwin. Here's Highsmith. No good on the 3. Here's Poole. Poole work in the interior.
He can put you in the spin cycle. Poole with the impressive handles.
And so the timeout by Jordan Ott here. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. Tim, looking at Jordan Poole, how much you think learning from Stephen Curry helped him out?
Well, B.A., he's been a great role model for Poole on and off the court, showing how to approach the game and inspiring that confidence they both share to take big shots.
And it's a completely new group for the Pelicans. Up top, Brooks. Some nice ball movement by Phoenix. Outside, Williams. Pass to Booker. Clock at 6. Unloads from 13. And the Suns miss again. Pelicans trail by 3. Outside Jones. Fires from deep. Sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Well, taking full advantage of a defensive weakness there, and it certainly helps if you get shots that your guys can knock down.
Here's Gillespie. No points yet. Brooks from outside. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Now here's Murray. Lays it up and banks it in.
And Murray is a taller guard, meaning he's capable of doing some damage on the inside.
Booker surveying the floor. Pass to Green. Takes a 3. Can't get it to drop. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Suns ahead, leading by a point. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. If you look at Mark Williams, what a contribution.
He's been dominating down low. Gotta assume they'll keep feeding him the rock.
When he gets the ball this deep and establishes position, now it's a matter of getting to his go-to moves that he loves.
The Suns leading. And Tim, after a change of leadership in the front office, the Pelicans looking to set a new standard.
Yeah, and the credibility and clout of this experienced front office, hopefully spurring buy-in and alignment from top to bottom.
And so in the game for the Suns, Brook and Williams are the 4 and the 5. Then it's Green, then there's Devin Booker, and it's Gillespie in at the point. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
It was a lost season for the New Orleans Pelicans. Continued injury troubles derailing a team that, when healthy, looked capable of a top seed, leaving some wondering whether a curse needed lifting. But with some draft help and a still talented roster, the hope is this will be the year. Back to you, B.A.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. New Orleans' shooting has been good. 54% on this one. Here's Williamson.
Wow! They've really picked up the energy level and have willed themselves back into this game.
And now the big question, can they sustain the momentum?
1:57 left in the third. And so the timeout by Jordan Ott here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. You know, it seems like players today have more freedom with their shot selection than ever before, Tim.
Yeah, B.A., there's no question about it. I think you could actually make the argument coaches are particular in a different way. They're looking more for threes, layups, and dunks, not as much from the mid-range. And if you can add that shot, really makes you stand out.
So interesting. I've seen coaches take players out for not shooting open shots.
Oh, I wish I had that coaching when I played.
Now here's Booker. 6 points for him. Just 5 to shoot. Step back on that one and let it fly. Booker's got 8.
A silky mid-range jumper by Booker, attacking without any hesitation.
From going to the finals in 2021 to missing the playoffs last season, Grant, things have not gone according to plan for the Suns.
Well, you know, B.A., they followed that trip to the finals with a 64-win season. But then they went all in on the big three of Booker, Durant, and Beal. And that just didn't yield the results they'd hoped for.
Green going at the D, and it's hammered home by Green.
Oh, talk about a quick first step. Green just blows past defenders.
So timeout called here. The first for New Orleans. Well, Grant, when Zion is doing what he does best, it changes everything for the Pels.
Yeah, he bends defenses and brings a force that few teams can answer. With him in rhythm, they're not just dangerous, they're different.
Some changes for New Orleans. Queen, he's checked in for Jordan. And Sadiq Bey subbed in for Williamson. Phoenix also changing it up. Iguodaro comes in for Williams. And it's O'Neal in for Devin Booker. .56 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Pass to Murray. With the drive. Off with the layup.
He was bothered just enough to miss that shot. That's good work by the defense.
Murray against Brooks. Jacks up a three. Nails it from three. And now a 5-point Phoenix lead.
And you got to at least honor Brooks' three-point shot if you're the defense. I mean, he is more than capable of connecting.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Murray. He has 6. 5 on the clock. The three. And again, New Orleans no good. And we've reached the end of the third. The Suns on top, up 5. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
And it's such an advantage to have a big man who can facilitate at a high level like that.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. Jones at small forward with Zion holding down the 4. Trey Murphy out there with Murray. And it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Pelicans 5. Oh, the shot is off. Phoenix leading by 5. Brooks up top. Outside Booker. Shoots a 3. It's money from deep.
Looks like they're gaining some confidence here in crunch time.
And they've got a lot of momentum right now, trying to close this thing out.
Now here's Murray. Oh, no good on the layup. Phoenix has gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. Brooks outside. Now here's Booker. He's guarded closely. Oh, he misses the layup. Pelicans trail by 8. Here's Murray. Jones. Now Williamson. Goes again. And up and in on the layup.
And not letting the contact affect him at all. Give Murray credit for keeping his focus.
And the timeout called here by Jordan Ott. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Phoenix's coach address his team. He said to his guys, this one is not over yet. You have worked hard for this lead, and we are not about to give it up now. Stay focused and keep hustling. Back to you guys.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Now here's Booker. Defense right on him. Cash!
There's something that is great about Booker. He doesn't take all outside shots. I mean, Devin can score it inside, too.
Murray lays it in easily.
Wow, he doesn't make those kind of plays too often. Sweet move inside.
And Murray, no good on that one.
And DeJounte Murray is truly the complete package. He does a little of this and a little of that. Anything you need out there, he can make it happen. Bad idea leaving him open. He needs more defensive attention, not less.
Murray. The acrobatic double clutch finish. Wow.
They keep calling his number. Murray is still hot.
Outside Booker. And so they choose to intentionally foul. And Jordan comes to help. Williams with it. Jordan picks him up. And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And here are the Pelicans now. Murray inside. Oh, no good. And now we've got an intentional foul. He gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he's unable to get the second one.
At this point, it just feels like it's over.
Yeah, anything they do at this point is going to be futile. Too little, too late.
The three is in.
This is when you need a defensive presence, but it's just not happening.
And that's been the theme of the night. Stringing together stops has been difficult.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that puts him up 5. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Adding these extra points is a huge difference this late in the game.
New Orleans calls timeout. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Given the situation here, what sort of strategy needs to be top of mind?
The game's not quite done yet, but they need points right away.
And it has to be a quick hitter. There is no time to waste.
Here's Murray. Beyond the arc. Not that time. And that's an intentional foul.
Shooting 2.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to go. And he ends up making the second. And that makes it a 7-point lead. New Orleans calls timeout. They're behind by 7. Guys, what do you think?
Too little, too late. Making a change won't save them now.
Well, you're going to have to play this out, take pride in every possession because they are critical at this point.